I'm in trouble. I'm in so much trouble. Honestly, guys, I'm in so much trouble. I hope my manager doesn't see this. I bought loads of meme coins. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. This is Altcoin Era and this is your boy Ahmed. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell notification button. We got a lot to cover, so without further ado, let's begin. Let's have a look at quarterly returns, BTC. On average, Q1, 56%. Q2, on average, 26%. Q3, on average, 6%. And, most importantly, Q4, on average, 88%. Probability is on our side. Then most likely, this quarter, we will see, on average, 88%. However, Ethereum on the quarterly returns is on average 23%. However, it does far better in Q1. We have our friends in the Far East in China, and they're really trying to stimulate the economy. They've decided to cut another 50 basis points and also do QE. China has decided to go full out. They decided to stimulate their economy. They've decided to do 50 basis points, and this is the largest we've ever seen since the pandemic. China's central bank unveils most aggressive stimulus since the pandemic. The Chinese stock exchange has definitely seen a bounce in their index, and it's gone up as a result. They've even decided to buy stocks. But this is no surprise to the US and the UK. This is what happened before during 2008. They're just doing the exact same thing that we saw in 2007/8. They've decided to go all out, guns blazing. And this, my friend, is a signal of a reversal. Here is the BTC chart. I'm going to go on to the weekly. No, let's go on the monthly. And let's overlay the Fed's fund rate onto here. In July 2019, interest rates were at 2.4%. We went all the way down to 1.54%. So if we do the maths, it wasn't until we got to 1.54% that we saw BTC head higher. All this time, we were just moving sideways and sideways and sideways until we got sufficient rate cuts. The market felt the easing, the economic ease, and therefore prices went up higher. At the moment, it's not up to date. It should be a little bit further down, but don't worry about it. The point I'm trying to make is, when will BTC break out? What level of interest rate cuts will become neutral? Right here, when we were at 1.54, 1.56, around here, that was a period when it was neutral. Once we hit neutral rates, BTC slowly started to increase. Then we went all the way down to pretty much near zero. Markets went parabolic. So let's do the maths. We had 2.4% was the peak, and then it went all the way down to 1.50. Okay, currently, right now, right here, we're at 5%. We're at 5% right now. Currently, right now, we're at 5%. So 500 basis points. Okay, we need to get down to 160%. We need 160% decrease. So that will be 50 plus another 50. We had one already. My drawing's terrible. 50 plus 25 So we need 50 plus another 50 plus another 50 basis points will get us to around 1.6. So 150 basis points. Once we get to a decrease of 150 basis points, will we find BTC go up higher? So if I look at the CME watch tool and we look at the probability, so we've got a 60% chance of a further 50% cut. We've got 40% chance of another 25 basis points cut. They've already done 50. And in November, they do 50. That will make 1 basis point. And let's say in September, they do 25 or 50. There we have our neutral rate. So if I go back onto the charts, we will see something similar to a curve pattern where we'll have a bottoming period. This is the monthly, by the way. Therefore, we can see a slow climb further. And then once we have further cuts, this is the time when BTC goes parabolic. Now let's have a look at dominance. Dominance is probably gonna peak very, very soon. And most likely what's gonna happen is this. Retail step in. Retail see the price of BTC and they're like, oh, I missed out. So what they're going to do is they're going to go for the new shiny coin. It could be Solana, could be Casper, could be Tau, it could be whatever coin. They're going to look for the new shiny coin because by then BTC is going to be heading downwards. Once we get sufficient interest rate cuts, there, my friends, is where we find the transfer of wealth. We've established before that most of this was institutions buying and they're selling to boomers, correct? Most of BTC's trajectory was because of institutions, let's be honest. The way it used to work is not how it's going to work now. The way it used to be is not going to be like that anymore, where people buy BTC, then go down to ETH, then go down to ADA, Solana, etc., BNB, and it trickles all the way down. I call this trickle down economics. It's not going to be the case anymore. A lot of boomers, they're not interested in altcoins at the moment. Maybe the next cycle, maybe this cycle, who knows? So retail are going to step back in. New participants are going to step back in. And this transfer of wealth is not necessarily going to happen. Institutions are not going to start buying DeFi instruments and so on and so forth. They're just not going to do it. But retail will step back in. And we are seeing like glimmers of hope where retail is slowly stepping in. And if you look at this data point right here, we have new weekly YouTube views, and we have the likes of all of these big YouTubers that you may or may not know. Some of them I don't even know, but their channels have slowly been increasing, which is a good sign. Normally what happens is retail participants step into the market and they want to gain some knowledge, some information, just some insight in the market and some help. So what they do is they go on social media and they try to decide whether they should buy this coin or not buy this coin. On the social metrics, retail is slowly heading back up, which is a good sign. This is what we need in the market. Once we have sufficient interest rate cuts, where I believe it's going to be at least 150 basis point cut, that's going to be the neutral area, and that's when retail will step back in. This probably, maybe, fingers crossed, is a bottoming period for a lot of altcoins. We will, however, see a recessionary scare, so be very vigilant and careful. And remember, this is not a sprint, it's a marathon. We're going to have a look at some of the biggest narratives. And as you can see right here, the biggest performers, the biggest sector performers was indeed, as I said many times, AI. If you're not in AI, please consider buying some AI crypto coins. I've said this time and time again. The biggest sector in this month, just this month, was Fetch, Tau, and Near. It's not rocket science. The winners keep winning. Next sector is DeFi. DeFi is doing very well. If you want to join my private members, we speak about all of these sectors and all of these coins in a deeper way. So we have next up meme coins. Meme coins are still here. They're going on a super cycle. We have layer 2s. Layer 2s are outperforming on average by 14.79%. And finally, we have layer 1s such as Sol, ETH, and BNB. But some of the top gainers is Reef, surprisingly doing very well. Then we have Tau doing really well. We have ALT and so on and so forth. But let's have a look at the price bubbles. Today on the daily, we're up, and we have Psy. Psy is up 24% on the day. We have WorldCoin, it's up 17.5%. Stock is up at 7%. NOT is up 7.3%, and so on and so forth. We even have Hex. The weekly, Tau is still outperforming. Surprisingly, IMX is up 31%. NFTs are still staggering behind. However, they're kind of catching up. Pobcat is up 45%. It's gone up to $1. I did make my prediction. I did say it's probably going to break out very soon, and it did. It's probably going to get to a billion market cap. Bobcat is up 45% on the week. As much as some of you hate meme coins, you have to respect the pump. You have to. It's probably going to get to a billion market cap. What's the market cap now? Oh, wow. 970 million already. Impressive. It's already got to a billion market cap, ladies and gentlemen. So from nothing, like literally nothing market cap to a billion market cap. You can't ignore meme coins. You really can't ignore meme coins. Anyway, for the monthly, we're up. Also, the same people. On the monthly, we're up. Surprisingly, Hex is up. Wow, Hex is actually up. Hey, Hex is up. Wow. Okay. Richard Hart. When he does finally come back, maybe this coin will do better. But in the past 30 days, it's gone up by 99%. In the past 14 days, it's gone up by 122%. Let's have a look at its counterpart post-chain. This is a disclaimer. I do hold post-chain, by the way. So let's just see. Somewhere in a wallet somewhere. I bought it and that's it. I haven't even checked the price. So let's see post-chain. I thought this coin was dead and buried, but it did terrible. Did nothing. Absolutely nothing. On the yearly, it's up by 10%. Oh my god, that is hilarious. Hey, at the end of the day, on this channel, we're honest. You win some, you lose some. It is what it is, but we move. Let's have a look at DeFi Llama, and let's have a look at the TVL. It looks like the TVL is slowly increasing, and we almost made a higher high. This is very good sign for the whole of DeFi, to be fair. Surprisingly, Aave is doing really well. It's come back. On the yearly, I believe Aave is up like 70 or 100%. So it's definitely coming back. TVL is looking really good. We made a higher high, which is brilliant. And we also made a lower low. There you have it. At the moment, it has 12 billion in circulation. It's a really good app. Really good app. If you've never heard of it, I don't know what you're doing. Go check out Aave. Okay, let's have a look at Bitcoin's ETF and let's look at the inflows and outflows so far. We have the overall, and yesterday we still had further inflows. But you know what's surprising is we're getting so many inflows happening in the space, yet the price of BTC is still not going up. Sounds a bit similar to gold, don't you think? I remember the gold bugs used to say, oh, it's manipulated. Central banks don't want it to go up. And it just sounds so similar now with BTC. We have massive inflows, yet the price of BTC is still stagnant. And did you hear about the rumors about Coinbase? I couldn't believe it. They're issuing IOUs for BlackRock. I could not believe this. Coinbase accused of writing IOUs to BlackRock. He replies back by saying, not sure where this is all coming from, to be honest. All ETF mints and burns we process are ultimately settled on chain. Institutional clients have trade financing and OTC options before trades are settled on chain. This is the norm for all our institutional clients. All funds are settled in our prime vaults within about 1 business day. So there was some rumors going along. Anyway, I digress. We're going to have a look at the ETFs of IBTC and we're going to see how it's faring at the moment. We're going to look at the charts and see how it's doing. This is the monthly. It's just mimicking BTC, to be honest. It looks exactly the same as BTC, where we made a higher high. We actually made a higher high, which is a good indication. BTC needs to break 66,000 just as IBTC broke out and made ultimately a higher high. That's what we need to do. Let's have a look at the Ethereum ETF. And as for now, it's still looking stagnant, but I believe it's going to pick up in Q1. That's the best period for Ethereum. Let's have a better look at BTC, the price of BTC and net supply. So the supply is at 19 million, around there. Then we have total holders, and it just keeps on going further and further to the right, which is a great sign. We had a small little pullback, but holders keep on increasing in the space. And likewise, long-term holders are increasing in the space. There's massive transactions over here during this whole time. This is a great sign, and BTC is showing some recovery to the upside. Let's have a look at the price action and let's get deeper into the price action and let's look at where BTC could go. But we need certain headwinds, certain tailwinds for this to happen. S&P 500 is at 5,728 points. It's still doing fairly well. Nasdaq is doing fairly well, yet the dollar is just about to it broke out. It broke down. So this is a definitely a good indication of the markets. Once the price of the dollar drops, that means asset prices increase just by default. And if it does really break out, and this is not a fake out, we could see it go to $95. That means participants are running away from the dollar and heading into stocks, assets, crypto, gold, etc. This is a positive tailwind for BTC. We have all the signs emerging. We have rate cuts. This is a great news for BTC and crypto in general. We also still are waiting for QE. If I show you let me show you right here, and I'll show you QT, and they're slowing down. If I overlay the Fed's total assets right over here, let me clear all of this information, remove my terrible drawing. Sorry about that. I was never good artistically, but I'm good at crypto. So if I overlay here and you see QT, we're still heading downwards. But if you really pay attention, right over here is starting to slow down. The trajectory is starting to slow down. Ultimately, what we want to see is something like this. Now, we went up here basically means the Fed starts buying securities. They start buying bonds, etc., etc., etc. Once they do this, then that means we're in a net positive environment. This ultimately happens, then it's just a cause on effect for crypto to go much, much further. That's why my pronouns from now on is up only. I've overlaid the unemployment numbers, and currently we're at 4.5%. Okay, 4.4%. So we headed back down. And normally unemployment goes up in a non-linear direction. So it goes up higher. What I'm betting on is that we're going to get to 5%. We're going to get to 5% and that's it. It's a soft landing. That's my bet. And the market already believes that we're going to see a soft landing. Some of you, unfortunately, might lose your jobs. Unfortunately, I hope it's no one watching this channel. I pray, but some folks are going to lose their jobs. We're going to head up higher. The Fed still have a lot of ammunition. They have a lot of ammunition. They have interest rate cuts. They have QE, where they buy back the bonds and their assets and yada yada, just like China done. Remember in the beginning of this episode, China cut interest rates to record levels. They began quantitative easing and they even bought their own stock exchange. They even bought the shares. They bought it themselves. The Fed have so much ammunition. They've got so much ammunition. So if we see this spiking up higher, then they're going to definitely utilize their tools. BTC price targets currently at $63,593. We're in this parallel descending channel. This channel is normally bullish, so it has a 60 or 70% chance of breaking out. The first time it hit this trend line and it went down by 18%. It hit this upper range of the parallel channel and then it went down by 23%. Again, it hit this area, fake out, and we went down by 25%. Yet again, almost hit that trend line, went down by 18%. And now we're hitting this trend line. So on average, we could see 15%. We could see another pullback to 54,000 US dollars. Ultimately, we've been just trending sideways. What we need is sufficient rate cuts for this to ultimately break out. I don't think it's happening. I don't think it's happening anytime soon. I believe we're going to just consolidate for a while until we get to November. My target still stands. I ultimately think we're going to head lower. I am a contrarian. I know I am a contrarian. I think we're going to head lower before we head higher. Let's have a look at Ethereum. Ethereum is doing relatively well, and we've made a lower high. We've made a higher high, and we broke this area. Ultimately, we're going to come back down and hit my medium target of $2,864. We're going to come back to this range and hopefully form this area as support and head up higher. Let's have a look at Solana. Solana is doing fairly well. We're still in this area. We can call it distribution, accumulation. We're going to find out. Yeah, we're going to find out. All of us are going to find out whether this was distribution or accumulation. Yeah, if it goes down, breaks down, it's confirmed, it's distribution. If it breaks up, then good days. We're heading higher, much, much higher. Solana has broken this resistance. It's probably going to head to $163. If we break that resistance, then again, 175. We've been here many, many times. 1, 2, 3 times we've been in this area. I believe this is an area where we crossed hands the most. We had a massive parabolic run. Now we're just accumulating or distributing. We're going to find out. Let's have a look at AVAX. It's forming higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. So this is a good indication. AVAX is closely correlated to Solana. These two are the new gen layer 1 protocols. Solana has had a few upgrades, and one of them was Firebreaker, and they have a new upgrade. Potentially, it can now do 1 million transactions per second. That's incredible. It's gone on the live net. It's almost in the mainnet. They had a conference with Solana, a breaking point, and it was really good. It was really good, and it was impressive. Some of the stuff they were talking about, and some of the products and ideas, everything. It was really refreshing to see such innovation. Because at the end of the day, why are we in altcoins? We're buying innovation. It's simple as that. We are buying innovation. BTC has made its stamp. It's now classed as gold 2.0. It stopped innovating. That's it. It's made its mark, and that's it. Whereas blockchain technologies, they keep on changing. They keep on innovating. Anyway, I digress. Let's go back to AVAX. The competition is fierce. Honestly, it is really fierce with layer ones, and Solana's doing remarkable things at the moment. So I'm a fan of both. I hold Solana and Ethereum. I'm a big fan of Solana, and a lot of my bags are in Solana. So this is great news. Next resistance is at $29, and then after we can head to the upper area of this parallel rising channel. This is going to be major resistance right over here. But I believe is making a bottoming pattern. This was a fake out. Now we're heading back to my area. It's formed it as support, and now we could head higher. This was a fake out. This was a fake out, and also another fake out. This right here ultimately was just the bear market channel right here. So we just came back into this area. And finally, we had a question from one of my subscribers. So I'm going to have a look. Just saw it right now, and I'm going to tell you my honest truth. Let's have a look at the weekly, and let's have a look at its pattern. So what I can notice right over here is I noticed a Adam and Eve pattern. So this, my friends, is what we call Adam and Eve. Okay, right over here, we make an arc from here to there, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is called the Adam and Eve pattern. This is bullish. This is a reversal sign. One of the best reversal signs is a double bottom. Also, Adam and Eve, probably second or third place for a reversal pattern. So we have a sharp decrease where there's a massive capitulation moment where people get really frightened. Buyers step back in, bounce, and then we slowly form another higher local high. Ideally, what I want to see is something like this, where we hit this neckline and then head up higher. But that wasn't the case. Every chart is slightly different. So we have a neckline right over here. Okay. So we were meant to bounce on this neckline. Unfortunately, we didn't. We broke down, and then we came back to this neckline. As long as it holds this neckline, this is very bullish. This is a very bullish reversal. We have one weekly confirmation above this neckline, 2 weekly confirmations above this neckline, and 3 confirmations above this neckline. Let's have a look at Velo, and it's currently at 362 on CoinGecko. Let's have a look at their website. Here is the website, and let's have a look at the white paper. Okay, the Web3 ecosystem. So it's a Web3 version of crypto. It's a layer 2, it's an infrastructure play. So basically payments, and they utilize payments for quicker, faster settlement payments. So this idea has been iterated a few times during the whole space. They've got a DAO, low cost conversions, differentiated revenue generated business model. It looks interesting, looks really interesting. It's an older coin, and it came out, I believe, in 2021 during that period, just at the very peak of the bull run, and it's just gone downwards all this time. It's had a reversal. This is a very good sign. It's an older generation coin. I would advise you, I don't know your portfolio. I haven't seen your portfolio, so I would advise you, go for newer coins. definitely go for newer coins. This on the yearly has gone up by 600%, which is a good sign of a reversal. But I would tend to go for newer coins because newer coins, they don't have chart patterns like this where it's gone down by 99%. And for a chart to break all-time new highs, a second cycle is very difficult. There's only a few counterparts that have done that, such as Stacks, Injective. They've done that. But the performance looks really good. We're making higher lows after higher lows, and we're making higher highs. So the performance in the chart looks really good. Hold on. I've got so many people watching and they're not even subscribed. Please, it doesn't cost you lot. It doesn't cost you anything. Hit the subscribe. What are you waiting for? So I can get you even better content. Hit the subscribe button. If you like my stuff, make sure you like, share, hit the subscribe, all of that good stuff. Comment, send me some more other coins that you have. I'll help you out along your journey. I'm here. It's your boy Ahmed. Peace.